presented by Capital One. A packed house capacity crowd once again inside of Plainsman Park as the winner's bracket has arrived. The Stetson Hatters, the champions of the Atlantic Sun, well represented, ready to roll against the number 4 seed Auburn Tigers, playing at their home park. And the Hatter fans have made their way up from the land, Florida. That competitive. We've seen some good baseball, but the team that jumps out in front has gone on to win these contests. Rembert smacks one to center field. And there's Russell for the first out.
Yes, getting off to a great start is critical. Obviously, it helps calm
environments. Understands what it takes. Cut on and miss, and a strikeout, the first for Hayes.
Talk about how devastating that slider is. He was cool with it.
And the 2-2 off a bounce to second. De La Cruz. Throw is high. Grabbed cleanly by Moran. And a 1-2-3 shutout win over Central Connecticut. 2 hops to short. Snow is there. And we saw Eric Snow at second.
I'd like to see that too. I don't know how it's going to fare, but
Snow slid down deep in the hole, makes the play. Okay, Eric. Here's Miola. And the 1-2 from Dutton. Struck him out. The punch out, the first for Dutton. And the Auburn faithful to their feet. And so just did what he could in the weight room. Slammed to right field. And that'll get all the way to the wall. McMurray rounding first and heading to second. Taylor came up with it, but too late, and Auburn in business. 16th double of the season, leadoff man aboard.
Definitely the loudest ball that I have heard this tournament yet. It caught me off guard.
Yeah, both of us. To short for the first out against NC State. And they were shut out 12-0. Ripped fair down the left field line. The Tigers will be on the board first. Here comes McMurray. Eric Snow, the 1-out double. And the Tigers grab the early lead.
Hopefully catapult you into that Omaha.
Up the middle. Line into center field for a base hit. Snow will come around to score. It's 2-0 Auburn. Hitting catcher. And this one gobbled up by Moran at first. Covering is Hayes for the second out. That is won all 5 of those games.
You can pitch it and you get the timely hitting, they're not going to do anything to hurt themselves.
Line to short, there's Miola to retire the side. Tigers with 3 doubles. Comes back. Go ahead home run in the bottom of the 8th as Moran grounds out to Rembert at second.
Sometimes that change of pace gets a team going.
Got the start in left field. First 2 games here in Auburn this weekend. Guevara. 5 up, 5 down for the Hatters. Stetson team net for Stetson. Fly ball right center field. Back is Irish, and he's there. Back-to-back 1, 2, 3 frames.
For JT just did that right there, where he got himself to a 3-1 count, and then obviously a 3-2 count, and put a decent swing on the ball. Just missed it, but we got to keep continuing to do that.
Rembert flies out to left center field. Coach, a different atmosphere tonight compared to yesterday. Enjoy the Auburn team that is the number 4 national seed. Is tied for the highest postseason mark in school history. Good piece of hitting that time by Eric Guevara. And his first hit of the payoff coming from James Hayes. Sent in fair territory right on top of the right field line. Irish digs for second. The wave around Guevara. And just like that, it's 3-0 Auburn Irish with a one-out run scoring double down the right field line. He's got 2 triples this year, now standing off of second base. McMurray towards the War Eagle wall. It's high off the top. Irish comes around to score. McMurray a double. His second of the ball game. Feel the Auburn Avalanche coming. Runners now at first and second. And the first walk issued to Ike Irish this week. It's a player here that yet to win a game in the postseason. Diving grab made out in right field by Taylor. And that'll save a run. Terrell. And a good take. Auburn has the bases loaded. Second walk in this inning by Hayes. Popped up right behind second base, drifting into center field. Landon Russell is there to retire the side. The Tigers add 2 more and an afternoon. The first game of this regional. Swats that one into right center field. So the first base runner of the game, and Irish unable to come up with it cleanly. And that's going to enable Griffiths to race to second. All right, so whatever started his career at Florida. Able to check his swing, and now runners at first and second. No one out in the third. And the first philosophy, he'll be the first to tell you, you don't have to throw hard to be successful. Perez lays down the bunt. And the sacrifice go 1-4. Both runners advance, and now 2 in scoring position. Gave the local media here yesterday after that performance against NC State. Chopped over to second. That's going to bring home a run. It's now 4-1. Barquette with an RBI. As Griffiths touches home. Payoff pitch. Ground ball to short. Dug out beautifully. Fabian checks in and makes an enormous play for the Tigers in the 6th hole. Hatters add a run. It's 4-1. 3 innings complete.
I am one of them.
You're a math fan.
Yes, I like numbers.
Rope to third, picked cleanly at the hot corner by Barquette.
Not only can he swing.
The first team to be eliminated here in Auburn. Rembert over to second. And dug out beautifully by Moran. In place of Guevara. Got the start third base tonight. Bunts it up in the air, and Solimine unable to corral it cleanly. Doesn't make the throw, and with 2 outs, Auburn, another runner aboard on the infield single. To deep left field, and a mile in the air. Who wants it? Finally, it'll be claimed by Landon Russell right in front of Apple, his left fielder. As Lorenzo Miola will lead things off and line the first pitch into left field. Leadoff man aboard for the possible. That'll never be duplicated. Moran, a charge into this one. Off the War Eagle wall. Gunning for third is Miola. Retreating back to first is Moran. Now, one of the longest singles you're going to see in this ballpark. Broadcaster, by practicing to be a broadcaster, you actually have to broadcast. 5-pitch walk. Great takes by Foster Apple. And the Hatters have the bases loaded. Ball and 2 strikes. Dutton delivers, and a flare to center field, and it gets down. Here comes Miola, 4-2 Auburn. Right behind him is Moran, and the throw, and it's in time. Caught him looking. The punch out. Griffiths is retired.
It's contagious as well.
And it comes from your leader. This right off the pitcher into right field. Apple will come around to score to make it 4-3. Taylor now standing at third base. Danny Perez. Fabian at short. Side retired. Hatters are inside out, swing to left field, near the track, going back, and the leaping attempt comes up empty. McMurray, another two-bagger to lead things. Well, the double in the second, one more in the third, and now in the fifth. Fly ball to right field here for Lucas Steele. Jordan Taylor is there. Laser shot to deep left. That's going to hop off the wall. McMurray coming around third base. Tigers take a 2-run lead.
They're going to be hitting the wall.
And it was 102 right off the bat. Terrell, the right center. A lot of talking out there. Jordan Taylor right in front of Landon Russell. Tagging on the play is Snow. He's now. And you see the talent on the baseball field. Popped up over towards left field. And it'll be Walker. Check that. Russell makes the catch. Auburn adds a run.
But
this one served right back up the middle. Barquette is aboard. And they drove in the first run of the night for Stetson back in the third inning. His first hit of this game. And it's a leadoff single for the Hatters.
A doctor, what was there going to be their second option?
De La Cruz smacks it over to third. Could be two. There's the turn. In time. Now Eric Snow over at third base having himself a weekend at multiple positions. Coming. All of a sudden the bags are clean for Lorenzo Miola. Fabian. Yes. And just like that, he's going to find the strike zone. And of course, Stetson playing Auburn tonight when you know Ty Van Dyke's uncle, Ben Sprague, played baseball here at Auburn. As Carter is checked in, ready to roll. Back-to-back strikeouts. Rembert is retired. The momentum there for that final pitch, you could feel it. Then when it happened, we all kind of looked around. As Van Dyke strikes out the side. Landon Moran will lead things off for the Hatters. Batting cleanup again tonight for head coach Steve Trimper. And sends this one right to the second baseman, Chris Rembert. On the move, Sam Dutton has done just enough. Another line out, this time to the first baseman, McMurray. Payoff pitch one more time from Sam Dutton. Strikeout number 3. Auburn after dark in the Irish to third. Barquette dug out beautifully by Moran. How many plays has he made like that this weekend?
Telling you, Moran is a.
Make it back to the Men's College World Series. You find ways to produce a couple of insurance runs. Get to that regional final.
Was adventurous. Had to run to the ballpark, wait for the guy to tow my truck.
Literally run to the park.
Yeah,
Another strikeout for Van Dyke.
I ran to the park today.
Initially, and it was sitting there in the back seat. Eric Snow rolls one into right field off the seam. McMurray into third base. The throw comes in high. It caroms back into the infield. And a lot happening there. Snow ends up at second base. And the payoff. Fly ball left field. Back is Apple. High off the War Eagle wall. 2 runs will score. Terrell racing into second. And the payoff. Called strike 3. Fralick caught looking. Win a regional in DeLand, Florida. 2-2. Bounce to Fabian. 1 away. That 2018 team had first fly ball, right field. And lifted towards Irish. But Steve Tremper getting ready to tell you a story of some kind with a payoff. And Dutton can't believe it. And that's going to bring a conversation. Lifted to right field. Irish on the move. Fair territory. Can't come up with a catch. Here comes Perez around third. The throw over to first, and Stetson makes it a 7-4 ball game. Off the 11-2 win over NC State yesterday. And the payoff. Line towards right field. Irish, it lands right in front of him. Coming home to score is Barquette. Irish made it closer than you would have thought, and it's now 7-5. The Nipatuck affair here in Auburn, Alabama. Miola down the third base line, and that's going to be an infield knock. Miola finds a way to reach. Tying runs aboard for Stetson. His 9th pitch out of the bullpen, and he hits Moran. Tying runs in scoring position.
Slider again.
Chop to third. Snow collects it. Steps on the bag. And the side is retired. Part of the all-AAC freshman team last year. Moran's got it at first, 3 unassisted. Hop step out of the way. Right as Carter reached the bag. That's the party deck.
The free 99 section.
Remember to right. Jordan Taylor on the top of that right field line.
Not seeing the pitcher as fresh as the other guys in the lineup are.
Cut on a miss. Fabian strikes out. And a 1-2 was effective through 6 2/3. And Isaiah Barquette, true difference maker. Jordan Taylor, and a laser to right field. Leadoff man aboard for the Hatters. And here comes Stetson once again. 3rd hit of the week. 2 hits yesterday. He scored 3 times. Lifts this one towards left field. And the center fielder, Bristol Carter, is there. In the country with those 29 stolen bases. To left center. Carter is there. Ducking underneath was Bub Terrell. And there's for Stetson. But Perez sends that one into left field. Tying runs are aboard. And Isaiah Barquette. Right back to Hetzler. Talk about the outs collector. Right in the glove. And the regional final awaits the winner of this game tonight. Irish, a charge to left field. Going back, and it's gone.
Always here. People talking about how they want to be like.
McMurray. Moran, and covering is Van Dyke. Up the middle. Awkward bounce, and Miola with Moran on the reach over at first base. There's 2 outs here in the top of the ninth.
Complete player.
Shot to left. Apple is there. Hetzler. Strike 3.
Hetzler, 2 back-to-back filthy.
New season high. Through the right side of the infield to Irish in right field. And with 1 out, Miola is aboard. To left field, towards the line. Terrell retreating, is there to make the catch. And the Hatters are down to their final out. Trying to extend this game. He just wants to pass the baton. Jordan Taylor would be due up next. Runner goes. He'll reach second without a throw, and Miola in. And the 0-2. Swung on and missed. Here comes Auburn. Eight to 5, the final score. And the Auburn Tigers in the regional final. Tomorrow night back at Plainsman Park.
Crowd is really in it tonight. Auburn Tigers 2-0. Talk about how big it is to go 2-0 and what that probability